everyone, this is Graham from therecordingrevolution.com, and we are back with another 5 minutes to a better mix. I have 31 brand new mixing tutorials for you to cover in the next 31 days. It's going to be action-packed. I want to get to it right away today with a very critical mixing tip, and that is your first impressions of a mix. Okay, I heard Dave Pensado say this famously, and it's stuck with me ever since, that there's only one time to hear a mix for the first time. It sounds obvious. It sounds like you could just miss the wisdom in that statement. But what he's saying is you can only get that gut response, that initial thought or feeling or idea about how the mix should go only one time, and that's the very, very beginning. And that is usually the best advice to take as your initial gut feeling on a mix. So his concept is to write it down, and I do this on all my mixes here on out, which is I write down the strengths and weaknesses of the track I'm about to mix in my initial listen through. I'm talking, if it's someone else's track, I open it up, listen to it, and immediately start writing down. If it's my own track, which this song is an example, then I have to put on a new hat, pretend I didn't record it, and be very critical and be very third party. And this is what you're going to have to do if you mix and record your own music, is listen to it and don't be as biased as you typically are and say, what is the strength of this song and what is the weakness or weaknesses of this song? Listen through, write them down, because this will guide your mixing decisions. So I have a song in front of you right now that's on my recent EP that I've finished up, but here it is in its raw state. And so I'm going to open it up for you guys, and I'm going to listen to for a few bars. You'll listen with me, and I'm going to tell you exactly when I opened this up what I knew the strengths and the weaknesses of this track were and how that helped me guide the mixing process. So take a listen to a verse and a chorus, and then I'll dissect it real quick.
The earth is the Lord's and everything within it. The world and all its people and every living creature. Founded it upon the seas and the rivers. That we might know His majesty. Lift up your heads, O you gates, and be lifted up, you ancient of doors, as you wait for the King of glory's coming. King of glory reigns.
Okay, so I listened through to this, and immediately I know two things. Let's start with the strengths to not be so hard on me. Okay, I think the guitars are really, really rocking. I like the guitar riffs. When we get into the chorus, I love what's going on with the guitar riff, that syncopated riff, the bump, ba-na-na, bump, ba-na-na, over and over again. It's kind of hookish. It drives me in. So to me, I'm going to zero in to make sure those guitar parts stick out in the mix, that they drive the chorus. The vocals, obviously, I think are going to work in the chorus. It's sort of the hook, sort of a doubled vocal. Later on, you'd hear, if you listen through, there's harmonies. Those things were strong elements, and I want to make sure those get featured in the mix. So I would write that down. Strengths, guitar work, strength, vocal hook, enough vocal parts to play with. Okay, weaknesses, the drums. The drums aren't bad, but they're recorded in a small room, okay? And so they sound, in their raw state, small. Compared to the bigness of the layered guitars and sort of the epic rock anthem vibe that's kind of going on here, the drums don't 100% fit. If they were recorded in a bigger space, they would have had more room sound. They probably would have fit. So in my mind, weakness goes to drum tone or drum feel. I gotta somehow make those drums really pop, not just sound crisp, but sound bigger, like they were tracked in a bigger space. So this might involve some reverb tricks. This might involve some parallel compression, whatever it takes to get those drums a little bit bigger. You write those things down on your tracks, you put that on paper, save it, because when you get to actually mixing, those things are gonna better drive your mixing decisions. You're gonna get so confused and so off track, and you're gonna be doing things to the mix that you probably shouldn't be doing, and you're gonna forget what the core of the song was. But if you go back to the piece of paper and you realize what you wrote down as a strength and weakness, that just zeroes you in, gives you focus. As long as those things, the strengths are magnified, the weaknesses are fixed or at least mitigated so that they don't sound as bad or don't take away from the mix as much as they did, you're going to get a much better mix because that was your gut. That was your initial response to what is great about this song. I want to feature it. What is not so great? Let's patch up the holes and let's deliver the song as best as it can be. Sounds simple, but if you're following the Recording Revolution, then that's no surprise to you. I'm a simple person. I'm not that bright, but I do know that a couple of core things and keeping the main things the main thing are going to help you get a better mix. Try that. First impressions, write it down on your next mix. I know it's going to help you. That's all for today. I cannot wait till tomorrow. I've got some great stuff coming your way for the whole month, so stick around. Take care.